Hey everyone, Matt here from Standard MTG. Welcome to today's video. And today we're going to go over 5 budget cards to craft from the new set Kaldheim. All of these cards are uncommon, so it's not really going to hopefully tax you too much on your wildcard situation. We know what happens when a new set comes out. We all want to splash out on those new fancy rares and mythics, but the economy is not how we would like it. That's another subject, but you know, it's good to hold off a little bit and see which cards will be good and, you know, make your mind up. So in the meanwhile, you can build some budget decks potentially with some of the new cards and, you know, have fun playing them. Talking of fun, the first one we're looking at is Vega the Watcher. Now, this is a 2/2 legendary creature bird spirit. 1, a blue and a white. Has flying. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you get to draw a card. So there's lots of different ways that you can build this. You know, you can do a flying deck. Obviously, it's a bird spirit, so it's got those colours of blue, white. Azorius is very good in flyers as well. And there's a good few budget flying decks out there. But I like mixing this with some foretell cards. Obviously, the new mechanic is foretell, which could obviously go straight into some kind of blue-white fly deck as well. This as well is going to be absolutely epic in adventure decks. If they didn't need any more help drawing cards, then, you know, this is definitely going to maybe push some of those decks over a little bit. It's going to, you know, drawing cards is so strong. Refilling your hands, it just keeps giving you the cards you need potentially when your deck can deal with situations. Obviously, card draw is just what makes Magic great to me. I mean, I am a blue mage after all, so that's probably why I love card draw so much. But having this with Escape, you know, Foretell and Adventure decks, I think Vega the Watcher can go in so many different ways that it's going to be a great card to craft. It's legendary, so you're going to probably want 4 of them in your deck because you can only have 1 on the battlefield at any time. So you know, it's going to always be potentially the creature that opponents will want to kill first because, you know, drawing cards is super strong. I've just said that. Vega the Watcher. Definitely craft this card. Even if you're not particularly a blue player, you know, mix it in with another card, mix it in with Bant, mix it in with some other cards. But I think Vega the Watcher is going to be a very good card to brew around simply because it can go in so many different ways, which is what I love about that card. Next one we're going to have a look at is Skempfar Shadow Sage. This, nice. Elf Cleric, 2/5, big stacks. It costs 3 and a black, so 4 mana. What does it do? So, enters the battle, choose 1. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. So, you want to be building, you know, you want to be building tribal with this to get that great effect. The next ability there is you gain X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have that creature type in common. But the one I'm more interested in is the drain one. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the number greater than the number of creatures you control that have a creature type. So, this creature type is Elf and Cleric. Clerics, there's a lot of clerics in there you can build around. Definitely cleric tribal. Elves, the new elves, you know, is there going to be an elf deck that's super strong? Maybe you wouldn't have this in the top tier elf deck if there is going to be one. But when you're building Budget Brew, you've got to look for different ways to win games. And this, you know, it's a great blocker. It's 2/5. It costs 4, so you're getting that extra stat of toughness, which is great. And it has an ability that can actually win you a game. So you've got an uncommon that potentially win you a game. If you've got a board of clerics or a board of elves, each opponent loses X life, where X is a great number of creatures you control. If you're going tribal, you're pretty much going to be able to do that every single time you play this card. 4 of these in there, you know, it's not a legendary. It's what's great about this card. So put it in cleric tribal, elf tribal, anything like that. You can mix in other colours. You can go Orzhov clerics. That's a very popular deck. Or you can add in for Golgari and go the elf route. But for me, this is going to be a real fun budget card to build around. Now, one of the best, definitely, Finn the Fangbearer. This is just what us budget players love. It costs 2 mana. It's a 1/3 with DEATHTOUCH. Now, a lot of you know I put a DEATHTOUCH tribal budget brew out there, and so many of you enjoyed that. And a lot of people have been telling me you've ranked up. I've got messages and said, surely this goes in your deck. And yes, this goes in DEATHTOUCH tribal. Now, you know, it's not infect, it's poison. Whenever a creature you control with DEATHTOUCH deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. So it doesn't matter how much damage they do, they get 2 poison counters, but they also does damage as well, which is different to infect. Infect as well, if it, any of you modern players out here or remember it, will think whenever it was in Standard, if it was, I can't remember that far back, you could obviously pump a creature and it would increase the Infect. This doesn't make any difference. If you give this plus 4/4, it's not going to do any more damage. But this has Death Touch, and with Hooded Blightfang in your deck as well, you can have 2 ways to win a game. You can win with the Death Touch attacks, or potentially you can win with poison counters. Now, if you're attacking with 5 of these, you've only got to do 10 damage. So if you can get through, it's just going to be a great way to win. So you've got 2 ways to win now in Death Touch Tribal. This is for me where this card is going to shine for us budget players, and it could be, potentially one of the most competitive budget decks that we have now, Death Touch Tribal. You will have to mix in some rares, but take a look at my video. I'll put a link in the description to Death Touch Tribal. You can have a look at it. Finn the Fangbearer, craft 4 of these. It's going to go straight in there. I definitely will be doing a video of it. It's been requested numerous times already, but Finn the Fangbearer will be going Death Touch, and we're going to hopefully get some poison counters and just destroy our opponents a few that way. That to me will just be hilarious. I'm actually surprised, could Finn the Fangbearer actually get banned? It's an uncommon. We've seen uncommons banned before. It depends how, that's probably a bit of a stretch, because maybe not a lot of people are playing, but poison, Infect, is disgusting. 10 damage instead of 20 is a lot easier to do, and I'll be interested to see how that one goes, to be honest. The next one we're looking at is Avalanche Caller, 2 mana, 1/3, snow creature, human wizard. Look at what this does. So pay 2, target snowland you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with hexproof and haste. It's still a land. So let's go mono blue tempo, let's go snow tempo, making those 4/4 elemental creatures with hexproof and haste until end of turn and attacking in for opponents. Now, 4/4s are, it's a good stat. You can protect your creatures with counter spells. There's plenty of, disgusting blue cards in there. You can go tempo with this and add it in there. It will be an extra added effect to win. So maybe if you're going like the mono blue flyers or anything like that, or, just the actual tempo deck, this is, to me, is still a great addition. Put your snowlands in there and have them become extra creatures with them. They've got hexproof, so they're not going to be able to be targeted, which is great. And a 4/4 body, paying 2 to turn your land into that is pretty tasty. And it's only a 2 mana as well. So you get this down turn 2, you've got your snow down there. Next turn, you're attacking them potentially with a 4/4. So, and they're not legendary either, which is interesting. So you can actually turn more of these in there. This is cool. A creature with hexproof can't be target of spells or abilities your opponents control. This is what we love in blue. It's going to be, it's a real fun card to beat down. So let's do elemental creature hexproof beat down with the Avalanche Caller. I think that's, going to be a definite fun way to build around. So the last card I'm looking at is Mariet of the Frost. Now, a few people when you look at Mythic Spoiler that, and, people on Twitter and stuff like that were saying, they can't believe this wasn't a rare. I mean, it's a very good card. Don't know whether it could be rare, but it is very nice. 2 green, double blue. You may have Mariet of the Frost enter the battlefield as a copy of a permanent you control, except it's legendary. A snow in addition to its other types. If it's a creature, enters the battlefield with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it, and it has Changeling. Now, there's quite a few shapeshifters being put into Standard now, so you could go some sort of brew of shapeshifter. Now, you can't have all shapeshifters because they probably won't be that good to copy, although they do keep Changeling, so maybe you can add in some giants, something like that, add in some budget giants, and then have all your Changelings coming in as different giants and stuff like that. Has good colours here. It's got Simic colours, so we know Simic is very strong. Has card draw in blue and green. Very nice. I think this card for 5 mana is a good card to build around. I'm excited to see Changeling into Standard and very excited to see Snow. I love Snow. I've said this in the last video. I'm a Memnarch player. I had all Snow Islands and everything like that. I like the old Frostbitten decks. And this for me is going to be a card I build around. Not typical to see Simic get a really strong card. Great obviously in uncommon like the rest of these, and I think you could take this deck a different sort. You can take this and have fun with it, build around shapeshifters, and what I would suggest is chucking in maybe some really good creatures that you do want to copy, and have the other creatures coming in as that. I think it'd just be a great fun deck to build around. maybe lower ranks building up, or maybe just a fun deck to play. Sometimes Magic just has to be fun. It's not always about rushing up to Mythic or anything like that. You've got to build fun decks. Now, you know, I think the more competitive ones are going to be like the DEATHTOUCH Tribal, like I spoke with Finn, and you can have fun with Clerics, with Skempfar as well. Vega's just going to make an addition to, you know, different decks and just enhance them, and you can build around that to draw cards. But, you know, Mariet for me is definitely going to be a fun card to build around. So these are just 5 ideas that I've given you, hopefully to, you know, build around some nice budget brews in the early weeks of Arena. These 5 cards are all going to be, you know, uncommons are a lot easier to collect on Arena, as we do know, than the rares and mythics. And you can, you know, without a doubt, just go into these and still have a lot of those wild cards left. You will build, potentially, you'll have some of the decks already from the DEATHTOUCH Tribal, especially if you've followed my channel and you built that deck already. So it's like simple addition. But, you know, these are fun cards to read. Get your foretells, stuff like that. Have fun with it. I think this new set, Kaldheim, you know, it's a fun set. I think it's actually quite powerful, and I like that it's got some. It's not all just about the red. You know, the rares and mythics are very strong, but it's not all just about them. It's nice that we get some new cards for budget players to build around, because we need that in a new set. We need to freshen up the ideas, and it tests your deck building skills, which is what I like as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help. Obviously, comment for that algorithm juice. Shout the algorithm in the chat. Thank you very much. It really does help spread the videos out. Big shout out at the end of the video, like I do to all my Patreons. Thank you very much for all your support. I really do appreciate all that extra help. If that's something you're interested in, check out the links in the description below. Anyway, you lot take care, and I will see you on the next video.